How's it going, guys? Back up, just a bit. Yeah, I'll push myself back here. Alright, how's it going, guys? Crazy Boy here. Welcome back to another video. This video will be coming up with another Hunters video, and what I did was, since I figured you guys didn't get to see both matches of the perk build that I recorded, I decided to give you the other match as the footage to watch while I'm talking. So, there's a reason I'm making this video. After doing some research, I made a comment that I pinned on my video that I put up yesterday. I'm gonna come out and say it. Because I can admit when I'm wrong, and boy was I fucking wrong. I spit everywhere. So, I'm wrong because her power is actually amazing. I'm gonna just use my computer for notes right here with my comment. Her power is amazing in the right hands. Okay? Let me explain why. By first fixing what I complained about yesterday. So, the killer can down you with the corrupt vial without using add-ons. It just so happens that there's a short phase, just like being injured, where you're kind of invincible. So that was my original. That was one of my first complaints. My second complaint was that the survivors could see the fountains, the auras, and the killer couldn't. I was wrong about that too. When they corrupt a fountain, you can see the fountain's aura. So, it's also effective. When you puke on survivors, the puke does infect them faster. Yes. That is, that is true as well. She still doesn't have a lot of map pressure. She's alright in map pressure, but she's not the best. Corrupt Intervention definitely helps. If you don't know what that is, that's the perk that blocks the 3 furthest generators, which I think is bug. One more thing I'm going to cut in and talk about one more thing real quick. The ranking system is fucked. You can kill 3 people and play a normal game. I could play a normal game right now as killer, 4K, and it would derank me. Because they fucked up our ranking system. Tried to fix it, fucked it up. Sounds like the developers of this game. I'm hoping they fix it before it goes live. Otherwise, literally everyone will be at yellow rank. Literally everyone. On the bright side, it'll be easier to find matches. Was that your idea of fixing the matchmaking, devs? On the downside, you can't rank up. There's no separate from bad survivors to good survivors. How do you manage to fuck that up, behavior? How do you manage? And I know I complain about the rank system nowadays, but I'd rather be able to rank up than not be able to fucking rank up at all. I'd rather have to rank up and deal with shit randoms than not be able to rank up. Period. Anyways, back to the topic of this video. So, the Plague has some potential. Some people would ask me, where do you place Plague on your personal list? Here's where I would place Plague. I would place her in the top tier. Which, if you guys don't know what top tier is, it consists of Nurse, then Billy, then Huntress, and then Hag. Pretty sure. Hag is top tier, right? Whatever, she's top tier on my list. There's 4 top tier killers in my list. Simply because Hag is fucking amazing since they buffed her. And then I'll make a tier list in a separate video if you guys want, but let's go over why I place Plague in top tier. Right above Huntress, below Billy, is where she is. So she's third now, bumping the Hunters down to third, bumping the Hunters down to fourth, the Hag down to fifth. Some of you are wondering, why is that? What's so special about her? Well, ladies and gents, picture, if you will, the Huntress and the Clown had a baby. Actually, don't picture that. That's kind of fucking nasty. That'll scar you for life if you picture that. Please don't picture that. Okay, picture the Clown's ability combined with Huntress, to where Clown, you throw it, it's a big area of effect, it slows you down. Huntress, you throw it, it's a narrow ass hatchet, but it damages you. It's a combination of the two. When she vomits with the Vile Purge, it's like a wide area that she vomits. She can hit a lot of shit. And it can also go through tiny, tiny, tiny fucking cracks and hit you. Which is really, really powerful when we get into Corrupt Purge. Corrupt Purge is what downs you. And considering that shit can go through small cracks, and it's got a large range to it, and it's got a wide area of effect too, it's so overpowered. It's like the Huntress with the Clown's area of effect. Pretty much is how powerful it is. And that's not okay. That's not okay. That's going to be hell on Earth to play against. Literally going to be hell on Earth to play against. Some of you are going to be like, I don't see a problem. You're retarded. You're one of the problems with this game because you're only thinking of a killer. That's not fun for survivors. It's basically like a free down when you get your Corrupt Purge. Corrupt Purge is a minute. It did not feel like it, but I can confirm it is a minute at base. So that's why she's that good. You still lose broken status effect upon being hooked, which I do find a bit stupid. I feel like they shouldn't lose broken status effect. And I feel like they shouldn't use. I feel like they shouldn't lose broken status effect, considering that is still one of the main points of the power. And the vomiting is more or less audio tracking, I think, for when you get close to them. Kind of like the Doctor's illusions when they're in tier 2. It will pop up at random times. If you happen to be there, you happen to be there. But I do still wish you remained that in broken after hook, but you don't. Oh well, we'll see what the devs do. Maybe they'll change that before she goes live. We'll see. Plague definitely has a lot of potential in this community to be very, very annoying. Like, y'all thought Legion was bad? Wait until you get the Plague. But she still has one main issue that I'm also hoping they'll fix before she comes out. Because this could cripple her severely. Somebody pointed out on the forums that, because if any of you don't know, there's a Gen Rush meta right now where you don't heal yourself. Because that time that you're healing yourself, you could be doing gens. So the meta is, you get hit, you don't heal yourself. You get right back on a gen. And considering her power is broken and you waste time by going to the fountain to kill yourself and heal, the sickness doesn't penalize you in any way, really. Besides being broken. So, because of that, survivors aren't motivated to go and heal. That's why she's going to be a bit problematic. Because her Corrupt Vial relies on the survivors cleansing themselves. Survivors, they're not penalized for remaining sick except being broken. If they can loop you good enough, that doesn't matter. Because you don't have your Corrupt Vial. You're just waiting for them to fuck up at that point. In the loop. And fuck up or waste all the pallets. And that means that while you're doing that, 3 other people are on gens, regardless if they're sick or not. people will just start running resilience because all you're going to see is plagues. Let's face it, guys. Come on, we know this community. All you're going to see is the new killer when it comes out. You might as well put some resilience on that shit, stay injured, and just blast through them gens. Hell, you might want to run no fucking mither. You're not going to be healthy anyway, so why the fuck does it matter? Yeah, so that's a problem. She's not penalized. Like Freddy gives you a 50% speed penalty. It encourages you, and he can hit you while you're in the dream state. So that's two things that encourages you to get out of the dream state. There's nothing that encourages you to heal yourself. You can just be like, yeah, okay, well, I'm gonna just work on this. When she finds me, I'm a looper, and she can't get her power. Seems like a pretty fair trade-off. That's the biggest problem with her right now. So I definitely hope they fix that and they give them some kind of penalty. It doesn't even have to be a big penalty. Thanatophobia, now there's a way you can fix that, but you gotta run Thanatophobia, because if they all remain injured, it gives them a 26% repair speed penalty with everyone being injured. I'm pretty sure that's a tier 3. So that could be a way that you fix it if they decide not to fix it. She's going to be one of those killers who are meant to have Thanatophobia. But the problem is getting Thanatophobia. That's the biggest problem there. So, it doesn't have to be a big penalty. Shit, make it a 25% speed penalty. Just something to encourage them to get out of there. Get out of that sickness. I'm not saying that she needs a shit ton of buffs. And I'm also not saying that she's overpowered. Because that brings me to my last topic, how the plague can be severely fucked over before she even goes live. Right now, when the PTB, I told you there's two different sides. There's a side that says she's not worth it, she's as bad as Legion, and there's the side that says she's fucking amazing. I got news for you. We're split about 90-10 right now. 10 being she's bad, 90 being she's amazing. Here's where the problem with that is. Because of that, it's already starting. Survivors are saying she's overpowered. And y'all know, when survivors complain that a killer is overpowered, they get their way. Freddy is a perfect fucking example. So if they bitch enough, there's a good chance they're going to nerf her. Not saying they're going to nerf her into the ground, because they technically didn't nerf Freddy into the ground. He's still very playable if you know how to play him. But they're probably going to nerf her regardless if people keep bitching like they are. And with the way this community is, no doubt they will. They won't stop until they get a nerf. And it'd be different if the devs didn't cave to pressure so easily, but because most of their community is made up of survivors, they cave easily. Everyone goes on there and they give their games bad reviews and shit. Because they don't get their way. And that's why the devs cave to pressure, because it'll hurt their game. Which is really unfortunate. Because I kind of want to play her with her current state, but I want them to fix that thing. I don't want to feel like I'm forced to run Thanatophobia when I kill her. Then again, I also don't want to feel forced to run Ruin when I kill her. But we all know how that goes. Lovely. It's lovely. We all know how that goes. You pretty much feel obliged to run Ruin on a killer nowadays because you get gen rushed, and I don't want to have to feel obliged to run Thanatophobia on her. And it's a pain in the ass to just get Thanatophobia now. Ruin they buffed, I don't feel it needed a buff. Now Thanatophobia is getting a buff, I didn't feel like that needed a buff either. They're buffing a lot of shit that don't need to be buffed, personally. The killer needs a buff in that regard, but that's it. Don't touch her anymore, devs. Buff her like that, and then nerf her slightly, and this is my opinion here, nerf her slightly to where her vomit doesn't go through those small ass cracks, and maybe nerf her to where either nerf her to where her range is shorter or her area of effect is narrower, because it's not fair to have both. It's really not. I can understand why survivors are getting annoyed. It's not fair. She does need to be nerfed in that regard, but as far as the more penalties, she does need that. So that's just a little bit of balancing that they could do with her. Otherwise, I think she's a pretty good killer. I think she's going to be very promising compared to Legion. It's just the fact that our current Gen Rush meta really, really punishes her power. But, on the bright side, I got some good news for y'all if y'all don't play on PC. Console, a lot of the time, people heal up. A lot of the time, when people get off the hook, if you don't go back, they run and they self-care. Or they run and they heal up. That's what most people do on console. That's our thing. We heal up. So people can be toxic. And they can take a hit. On PC, where there's a lot of the good players, experienced players, considering, I'm not saying experience because I like PC better. I'm saying experience because they literally have had the game for like 2 more years than us. Or maybe it was 1. Yeah, it was 1, I'm pretty sure. I think. This game came out in, 2015? So maybe it was 2. We got it in, 2017? About. So, I look forward to playing this killer. I'm definitely, if you guys want my opinion on if you guys should kick out the $10 or not to buy her, I say you should. I say you kick out the $10 to buy her. Could that change depending on how they fucking do her? Considering if they do her dirty or not? Yeah, it could change. It could change a lot. But, I'll let you guys know if they change her at all. But besides that, I think this is pretty much going to do it for Plague, besides, like, my streams where I farm blood points, which, by the way, there's probably going to be one of those tonight. After my Hunters video, or during my Hunters video. So, make sure you guys watch out for that. But besides that, unless they, like, change her more, that's pretty much going to do it for Plague until she comes out again. Because she's, I think I've milked it enough on this fucking channel. But I figured I'd have to make this video just to admit I was wrong. But that's going to do it for this video, guys. If you liked it, hit that like button and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. I also apologize it was so long. Peace.